Yeah, no, it's happening right now in Capitol Hill, ladies and gentlemen. Marjorie Taylor Greene has taken up on stage there in Congress, and now is literally giving Ilhan Omar the very bad news. If you guys don't even know what I'm talking about here, maybe some of you guys do, but Ilhan Omar was on record, and this has gone viral. This is everywhere, saying that I am a Somali girl taken from my country. I miss my country, and I dream of living in Somalia one day again. And this is, coming after she says that the most dangerous are not terrorists, but the most dangerous people in the United States are white men. She obviously does not like America. There's a lot of people you can make that argument about. But Ilhan Omar is probably on top of the list of people who hate America and are in Congress. So yeah, we're not even going to waste any time. Marjorie Taylor Greene is literally like doing it right now. Finally, somebody is taking some stances on people like Ilhan Omar. Marjorie Taylor Greene also recently is doing a good job, in my opinion, because she has, along with Matt Gaetz, and who was a former congressman, along with other congressmen and women, she is fighting for free speech in America. But aside from that, let's take a look.
Follows.
Recognized.
Censuring Representative Ilhan Omar of Minnesota. Whereas elected members of Congress take.
Hold on. Y'all heard it. Y'all heard what she said. She said Ilhan Omar of Somalia. Wait, no, of Minnesota. That's how crazy this has begun. It's to the point where you're just mistaking somebody.
Recognized.
Censuring Representative Ilhan Omar of Minnesota. Whereas elected members of Congress take an oath to bear true faith and allegiance to the United States without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion. Whereas Representative Ilhan Omar took an oath of allegiance to the United States upon becoming a citizen, declaring, I absolutely and entirely renounce and abjure all allegiance and fidelity to any foreign prince, potentate, state, or sovereignty, of whom or which I have heretofore been a subject or citizen. Whereas on January 27th, 2024, Representative Omar gave remarks at an event in Minneapolis in which she made treasonous statements. Whereas Representative Omar said she has spoken to many Somalians who asked her to intercede for the Somali government by pressuring the United States government into certain actions. Whereas Representative Omar assured the Somalians she spoke to, the U.S. government will only do what Somalians in the U.S. tell them to do. They will do what we want and nothing else. They must follow our orders, and that is how we will safeguard the interest of Somalia. Whereas Representative Omar continued, for as long as I am in U.S. Congress, Somalia will never be in danger. Its waters will not be stolen by Ethiopia or others. Sleep in comfort knowing I am here to protect the interest of Somalia from inside the U.S.
Basically, what's going on here, if you guys, I'm pretty sure you guys have been saying this for a long time, but Ilhan Omar, is she a foreign agent? That's what Marjorie Taylor Greene is saying here. She needs to be, give her this letter of removal. She needs to be out of Congress. She is a traitor. She doesn't really work for the American people. She's in Congress only on behalf of another country, right? You can make this argument about many different people in Congress right now. People who have Ukrainian flags, people who have Israel flags. Like, people are working on behalf of other countries instead of the American people. And this is something that Marjorie Taylor Greene is pointing out. She's being very fair here, by the way, because there is so much videotapes, so much proof that Ilhan Omar is literally working on behalf of Somalia, not the people of Minneapolis, Minnesota.
System. Whereas George Washington warned in his farewell address of 1796 to guard against the impostures of pretended patriotism, and further declared citizens by birth or choice of a common country, that country has a right to concentrate your affections. The name of American, which belongs to you in your national capacity, must always exalt the just pride of patriotism more than any appellation derived from local discriminations. Whereas these statements by Representative Omar clearly violate the oath she took as an elected member of Congress to defend and protect the United States Constitution. Whereas Representative Omar has exhibited the treasonous tendencies George Washington warned about, and her actions must be condemned by all members of Congress who adhere to the oath they took upon assuming office. And whereas by openly admitting her efforts to advance Somalia's interest using her position as the United States representative, Representative Omar has revealed herself to be a foreign agent acting on behalf of a foreign government. Now, therefore, be it resolved that Representative Ilhan Omar of Minnesota be censured. Representative Ilhan Omar forthwith present herself in the well of the House of Representatives for the pronouncement of censure.
She did it. She got up on there, on stage in Congress, and has declared Ilhan Omar to be a foreign agent. That is probably the most treasonous thing you could do. And again, she also pulled quotes out from former presidents, right? Because this is not like we've been warned about this, right? Americans have about people working for an outside cause instead of America. And is Marjorie Taylor Greene wrong for pointing this out in Congress? Play it one more time. This is pretty crazy.
Revealed herself to be a foreign agent acting on behalf of a foreign government. Now, therefore, be it resolved that Representative Ilhan Omar of Minnesota be censured. Representative Ilhan Omar forthwith present herself in the well of the House of Representatives for the pronouncement of censure. Representative Ilhan Omar be censured with the public reading of this resolution by the Speaker, and Representative Ilhan Omar be and is hereby removed from the Committee of the Budget and the Committee on Education and the Workforce.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is, yeah. Look, somebody in the comments says she hates whites and especially white men. They get blamed for all the crime and all the stats. They said, I agree. Omar foments racial bigotry and puts her native country before the U.S. That's what people are saying in the comments. They're saying that she needs to be deported. She married her brother. I mean, there were so many things. She spoke Somalian language in a video, and I stated clearly that she is voting Somalian agendas. We all heard her. Yeah, it's like a lot of women in the comments. A lot of women, American women, are just like, hey, listen, man, this needs to be addressed. Somebody said, Mr. Speaker Johnson, this needs to be addressed immediately. This House Representative Omar needs to be removed from all committees and expelled from Congress for treasonous statements. Yeah. And again, this is the statement that is going viral right now. Take a listen.
No, in jidadkeennii aan wada dhisano. Anigu waan ahay gabar Mareykanka laga doortay oo Kongresska Mareykanka ku jirto. Laakiin waxaan ahay gabar Soomaaliyeed, gabar idinku jinsi ah, gabar idinku af ah, gabar idinku diin ah, oo hadde qof iyadoo da'yar waddankeedii laga kaxeeyo wili xiise u qabto in maalin waddankeedii.
Yeah, there you go. Misses her country and she wishes to live there. That's like me being a representative of, in Congress, representative in New York, and all of a sudden, like everything I fight for is like Puerto Rico is a part of the United States. A better suggestion would be like the Dominican Republic. Everything that I do is for the Dominican Republic. It's like people in New York City are going to be like, hey, Lou, like we know we get you got Dominican, lineage, your family's from there, but like, why is everything you do about that country? You know what I mean? And it just gets confusing, and lines have to be blurred. Lines are not blurred. So it's this is the truth. And unfortunately, Americans are like, yo, we've lived here our whole lives. Why do we have somebody in Congress that represents another country? And again, people on the left make the same argument about people representing, Israel. or people representing Palestine. It's like, bro, why are we talking about these foreign agents? I mean, these foreign acting like foreign agents, but why are we talking about these foreign countries? Why are we not talking about the United States of America? And that's the frustration. And that point, I absolutely understand. That point, I understand. And again, there's so many arguments happening in Congress. There was a bill that was about to pass that if he said Christ is king, it would be considered anti-Semitic. Like, why is nobody speaking up of these things? We could speak about Ilhan Omar all day, but that was very powerful as well. That's something that, again, Marjorie Taylor Greene has come out and said, I'm going to vote against this. Shout out to Marjorie Taylor Greene. Marjorie Taylor Greene got up on stage again and says, I'm going to be voting no. I will be voting no on this bill, right? The House bill will vote on Monday, HR 867, the IGO Anti-Boycott Act, sponsored by Representative Mike Lawler. It fines you up to $1 million, prison sentences up to 20 years for Americans participating in boycotts or against Israel or its settlements if the boycotts are endorsed by international bodies like the UN or the Union or the European Union. And Marjorie Taylor Greene says, no, I'm not playing these games. Yeah, I'm going to speak up on Ilhan Omar as well, but no, here you go. This is why today I'm saying shout out to Marjorie Taylor Greene. Take a listen to this.
Over the weekend, talk about the House. There was this bill, and you're a Bible believing Christian, correct?
100% from the first page to the last.
And you've been a supporter of Israel. This weekend, talk to me about this bill that some of the biggest supporters of Israel, Gates, Charlie Kirk, Steve Bannon, and parts of the Bannon operation, the War Room operation, MTG, were adamantly opposed to coming out of the House.
We're defending freedom. This isn't anti-Semitism that we're not pushing that. We don't promote it. We don't want to have anything to do with it. We don't want hate for any people, for their identity, race, religion, whatever. Here's the situation. This bill is promoting anti-Semitism in America, Steve, and I'll tell you why. Because when Americans see another country, any country, and their interests constantly being pushed and promoted here in Washington, D.C., before the American people's interest and the things they voted for are being voted on the House floor, that is driving anti-Semitism.
Hello. So again, shout out to Marjorie Taylor Greene for speaking up on these issues. A huge shout out to Marjorie Taylor Greene for that. I have nothing else to say. Ilhan Omar, is she a foreign agent? Is she working on behalf? Is she working on behalf of another country? Yeah, but we can make that argument about people in Congress right now. The fact that bill is this close to passing, and only Marjorie Taylor Greene and other people are coming. Not even Democrats are fighting against it. It's just Marjorie Taylor Greene and like some Republicans, Thomas Massie as well. Very important that we talk about this stuff. Very important. Shout out to Marjorie Taylor Greene. I'm very impressed by her stances. Very impressed. See you guys on the next one.